Hey chef, I just got my job and they're talking to me in this slang. Can you help me? Hey, what is going on everybody? Jimmy here with The Other Chef. So today's question is, how do we decipher kitchen slang in the kitchen? So being a professional in the industry for over 16 years, I've had my fair share of learning kitchen slang in terms that I probably hear at a lot of kitchens, and there are some of them that are not heard in a lot of kitchens. So before I even start, my first experience of learning kitchen slang was ironically during my onboarding process at a restaurant that I started in Dallas, Texas. This is before my culinary school. Now, when I started going to culinary school, we also had a informal class on kitchen slang. So right here, I've written out some of the kitchen slang that you might encounter in hearing. But first, we're going to talk about some of the important positions or important things that are involved with the kitchen slang so that everyone can understand. The first thing that you want to know is the pass. This is where dishes are plated and that stay warm before they are sold or sell to the guest. So the word sell or I sold that dish means that dish has already been plated and had been or should be given to the guest. The floor. So this is also known as the dining room. The board. This is where all your tickets are. So when you hear something like, I need you to clear this board, that means sell all your tickets or plate all your tickets. A very important position between the front of the house and back of the house staff is an expo or expediter. This person is the person that sees where the dishes are going, what table that it needs to go to, and any allergies or any special commands that are required in this. So the expo is very important for this particular position. This is like the liaison in between. Sometimes the expo is a front of the house person. Sometimes it could be just a sous chef or even the head chef. People that are normally running a dish, meaning they're selling a plate of food, is also known as a runner. So if I do something like, I need 3 hands, runner and a follow, please. So what that means is that I have 3 plates of food, therefore I need 3 sets of hands. Since only one human being has 2 hands, then I need another person. That's when I need a runner and a follow, meaning the follow is going to follow that person to the table that it's going to. When you hear the word a la minute, it's a French term meaning up to the minute. So there's a lot of restaurants that prepares items a la minute, such as salads, a canopy, also soup, because sometimes soup you just put it into a cup and then you serve it. If I say the words all day, that tells the cooks that you need a certain amount of these items. For example, if I called a ticket and I said, I have 6 salmon all day, meaning you should be cooking 6 salmon. 2 words that you normally don't want to hear are dead plate or dying on the pass. Now this means that the food is just literally sitting on the pass, not being sold, and it's basically dying, meaning it's going to be overcooked, it's going to be too hot, if it's a salad it might wilt, etc. The word flash means I need you to cook this to a higher temperature. Normally when you think of flash, you would probably put it in a very high oven or a salamander to bring it up to temp. Sometimes there's a lot of guests that don't want a medium rare, they really want medium, so they would cook it to a higher temperature by flashing it. So when you hear the words fire, that means start plating your dish. A great example would be Fire Table 22's entrees. That means you will tell the cooks that start cooking or start finishing and plating table 22. On the fly. This means I need this right away, as soon as possible. So let's say if someone forgot, a server forgot to put in a third salad when they only had 2 appetizers. The expo or chef will say, I need a salad on the fly. That basically means make it as fast as you can. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that love eating well done steak. Me personally, I don't understand it either. So one of the terms would be kill it. Self-explanatory, right? The word lowboy is basically a refrigerator underneath your counter. So an example would be, I need you to go into your lowboy and grab me your salad mix. Okay, another word for lowboy could be reach in, because you're reaching in for an item. A very popular term is mise, or short for mise en place. Mise en place is a French term meaning everything in its place. So this is basically all of your items are cut, prepped, your tools are ready, your cutting board is clean, your sauces are set and ready to go. This is basically having everything ready, straight military discipline before your service. So this term actually is pretty flexible, but I'm going to use a lot of the terms that I was encountering. Sometimes if you want to call the next order, you would say something like on deck, or moving on to table, or next up table. So that indicates to the cooks to start working on the next order. Usually cooks don't have tickets, so the chef would say moving on or up next. Another word is stretching, meaning let's say if you're running out of sauce but you need to finish service strong, someone will probably say, I need you to stretch that sauce. Unfortunately, that happens a lot, but there are ways to be able to fix this problem, and that's basically make more sauce, or make more dressing. Another word in relation to that is called dragging. Dragging means, let's say you had a table for 4 people, but 3 of the entrees were already made and the 4th one is dragging along. So therefore, the chef or the expo would say, sell these 3, we're gonna drag the 4th one. Obviously, I've said the word sell basically means I need you to sell this plate. When a chef is asking how long for a steak, you usually would say a number and say out, or you would probably say something 5 minutes out, or 3 minutes out, or 30 seconds out. You always want to do that to indicate to the chef or expo how much time you need to sell this item. Another common word is SOS. It simply means sauce on the side. Let's say if you guys were trying to plate or serve 4 people and one is literally coming along, and say 3 plates have already made the pass, and let's say, where is my salmon? One cook could say, my hand, chef, meaning the plate of salmon is in my hand, I'm going to sell it now. Or put it on the pass, rather. Most dreaded and most popular word that you don't want to hear, 86, meaning we are out of that item. And finally, the last 4 terms I'm going to talk about are waxing the table, or red flag, meaning give them the VIP treatment. The word in the weeds, meaning I am extremely busy and I might need help, which brings me up to another word, on the line, meaning a chef or an experienced cook will now be on the line. And finally, the last word that you want to hear at the end of a day is all in, meaning all tickets are in, all plates are served, meaning you can now break down your stations and now you can clean up your stations. And that's a little bit about kitchen slang. Hey, thanks for watching. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, put some suggestions on what you would like for me to talk about in the food service industry. There is going to be a new series coming up that is in relation to The Other Chef, that we will talk about coffee shops, visiting restaurants, and you guys might be able to see what is in my knife bag in the near future. Other than that, there will be another personal chef vlog that I'm going to start on my own. And it's not really a chef vlog. It's more of like a personal log about what's going on in my life outside of the cooking industry. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.